I have to be honest, guys. I'm not bullish yet. I'm just being straight up. I'm not bullish yet. There's reasons for this. Okay, number one is the macro. Like macro wrecked, and it's still gonna be wrecked for another 2 months or so, in my opinion. So until that sorts itself out, that's one thing. Secondly, although we are pumping a little bit at the moment, we have got so much resistance to get through in order to like take a new leg up. I mean, right now we haven't confirmed a higher high yet. So that tells you a lot anyway. Secondly, there is a downtrend. I don't know. Do you want me to share my screen and I can show you what I'm looking at here?
Can you?
Yeah.
I get permissions to share it? I'm not sure.
Let me do this.
Yeah, what? Ask me. Oh, yes, that is possible. Amazing.
Yeah, cool. So this is it in log, and this is a falling megaphone pattern. So it's like this would usually be bullish, but you see where that line is, right? That's the downtrend line at 13 cents right now. Currently, we're at just under 5. So realistically, for it to do a breakout, it has to get above 13 cents. And that's a long way from here, you know? Right now, it's still not done the higher high than this one, which was 5.6. If it does a higher high than that, then that might be a little bit bullish. But it could just be one of these, which would be a bear flag. And then it might even go down further. And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm just not feeling bullish on it yet. So that could be a bear flag. It could also just pump like crazy out there as well. But this is on log scale, and log scale is good for us because we like log scale, right? We enjoy log scale as hexagons, but most people don't look at that. Most people look at this. And when you look at this, let me redo this line. You could say falling wedge. Falling wedge is bullish, but it's still got, even on this line, it's got to get above 8 cents before it breaks out of it. And I don't know, man. It's hard to be bullish on it right now until it breaks out of one of these downtrend lines or makes a higher high or something. And it just hasn't done anything like that yet. So it's a great time to be DCAing if you're just loading up on Hex and you just want to keep buying it and stacking up because you're waiting for the next bull run. This is an excellent time to be buying anywhere down these regions. I'm not bearish on the project long term. I'm just saying, for those who are looking for like a pump in 2 weeks, probably, in my opinion, my plebby opinion, it probably ain't going to happen just yet. There's so much resistance, man. You got like big resistance at like 10 cents. You got even bigger resistance at like 20 cents. And then the worst one is at like 30, 35 cents. It's just going to be, it's going to be a very, very long journey up. I don't see us just mooning out randomly and going up to like $1 in a few months or something like that. I think it's going to take us about a year to just grind out of this bear trend that we're in, personally. And I'm not fudding in any way, but it's great if you're buying, but it's just that, like, I see people getting bullish because we hit 5 cents, and I'm just like, well, you know, we were 5 cents a year ago. Like, how is that a bullish sign if we were 5 cents a year ago?
55 cents a year ago, weren't we?
Yeah, well, that would have been, when was that? September. So yeah, 2 months from now, a year ago, then yeah, we would have been like quite bullish. But yeah, right now, I'm not feeling bullish at the moment. It's great if you DCA in, which I am. I'm loading up. I'm trying to buy as much as I can because I know that in the next bull run, it's going to do really well. But until we start hitting, like, I know we're supposed to be decorrelated from Bitcoin, but that was a meme itself, and it only happened for like one period of time that I know of, like really happened. So you need the macro to do better, because people are too scared at the moment, man. They think that the stocks are going to crash, like everything's going to dip. I'm just, yeah, it's good if you buy in, but you know, don't be expecting to sell it for a huge profit anytime soon, in my plebby opinion.
Do you think DCA is the strategy for the next year?
Yeah. I think 6 months to a year before we start breaking out of like the proper downtrend. It might just go sideways. You see how sideways it is here at the moment. Even on log, it's pretty sideways. Like, I think it's just going to kind of bounce around here, anywhere between the sort of like 2 to 5 cent, maybe even 3 to 8 cent range. Let's give it like a 5 cent barrier. Maybe it pushes up to 10 one day and then gets rejected back down and it goes to like 6. You'll know when it's starting to go again, but it ain't really going to be bullish until it breaks out of some trend lines, man. There's just nothing. It's just going sideways at the moment, which is good, actually. The longer it goes sideways, the bigger the pump is going to be when it does go. If it pumps right now, it's not going to get that far, really. It might hit $1, maybe, if you're lucky. But even $1 from the bottom there, what would that be? About 40 to 50x or something? That's a good trade, man. If you bought anywhere near the bottom and you sell it around $1, that's an excellent trade. So, you know, but you got to remember there's a lot of traders in HEX. I know HEX is not supposed to be for trading, but there are traders. I know people that couldn't wait for it to get back up to 12 cents again last time because they knew they were going to sell the shit out of it when it did, and they did, and now look where we are. So, yeah.
As Richard says, y'all sure like selling the shit out of HEX, don't you?
They do, mate, because they bought it for like nothing, and now it's worth a lot. So, you know, for us right here, it doesn't sound like a lot when you say it's only like 4 or 5 cents. But if you bought it like anywhere near the bottom and it's even at 5 cents, people couldn't believe it was going to get to a penny, mate. And then it got to 50. So it's like it's just a bit mental. But
what do you think? Let's say PulseChain does launch this year, you know, September, October, November.
So that's the caveat. That's the caveat, is if PulseChain decides it wants to come out soon, then I think HEX does pump. As soon as he says PulseChain is coming out 2 weeks, definitely this time, by the way. As soon as he says that, it's definitely coming out in 2 weeks. HEX is going to moon. But then once PulseChain does come out, it's going to go back down by 50% again because it's like a stock split. So even if it mooned to, say, 20 cents, it might just immediately dump back down to 10 or maybe even 5 cents again straight afterwards, because there's just been a 2x in the inflation, just like, boom, double your coins. And I just don't think that people are not going to sell that, you know. But anyway, now just want to throw it out to your audience. I am not an expert in TA. I have learned a lot about it, but I'm really not an expert. And like, I don't think that you should listen to me, to be honest.
Not financial advice.
Never financial advice. DCA is the way, though. That's a good solid strategy in my opinion. I'm just gonna stop my screen.